What is up, guys? It's the Random Bear here. We're getting back into some Vampyr, and we are going to present ourselves to the Ascalon Club. I do believe they are right across the street from my house. So I might as well be a civilized person and just leave through the front door as to not spook anybody. And hopefully everybody is the street clear? Street's clear? We good? Yeah, we good.
The Ascalon Club. The heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected.
Jesus,
Please,
it's a
sir.
massive place.
Whether you need to buy something or not, I am happy to help.
There's new people. Okay, Ascalon Club. See what they want. Then we'll meet some new people. No, don't get distracted. Get in the door. Let's watch a cutscene. Oh, hello.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
What happened here? Love that pivot.
There has been quite a battle here.
No, really? Just fucking rob these guys blind here real quick.
I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
This place looks like it got messed up. Oh, didn't even bother to look at the symbol that came up. Oops. District status is stable and I plan to keep it that way. What's over here? I'm just looking for shiny things that I can take from you. Don't really seem to have too much. Which I guess is understandable. Fine. Lord Feeney. Feeney. What's in here? What do you have? Money? Oh, thanks. What's back here? More stuff? Thank you. Just an aluminum shard. What is that? Ooh. Key of the... Do I go to their basement before I talk to them? Whoops. Didn't even know I could steal from that thing. I have the stickiest of fingers. There's so much stuff. Oh, this is where I'm supposed to go.
Good evening. We repel the intruders for now.
There's only one of those lit.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Here, here, here.
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss.
I have no idea who you are. Alright, what do you
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
She has proved to be helpful on many occasions.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Huh. You know, but why me, though?
Why do you suddenly need me?
The Ascalon Club only recruits the best, and you definitely fit the bill. Your scientific and medical reputation alone would qualify you as a candidate.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End. Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
Hey, how did you know that? No, I don't.
No, I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
I got questions, because I don't know if I want to
accept,
consent to join
I
your
have
cult.
so many questions.
Please ask.
Seems like a cult. I did kill one of yours. Let's start with that.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
Oh. You don't sound like a very nice man.
What
at all.
does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the Crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Wait. You're...
Do you have any official
you?
recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
Ah. Am I just gonna have to
Am I
obey you?
supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members, and I do appreciate obedience.
I mean, what if... Can I put you down?
What is the Ascalon Club's express
like you.
purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
Wait, what?
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
Well, I don't think you're gonna give me much of a choice other than to consent to join this club. I might not like this man, but I don't think I can progress without doing this.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country. My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reed. in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall, speak now.
Forever hold my peace.
Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation.
Sign away your life. It's not like you are mortal or anything. I guess I was like, what is pain to this guy right now? Living immortal, the stuff I fight almost on a nightly.
Delightful.
That's weird. You're weird. I don't like you. Give me my blood back.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed.
Rip his tongue out. Take the blood
Take
back.
your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
I guess these are most of the people I'm gonna have to meet, huh? What the fuck? Oh. Talk to Lord Redgrave. Alright, just because I have to.
I personally went
Nope.
patrolling last
That
night,
went well, did it not?
and I spotted it.
It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago, well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Sparrow.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
Wait. How long have you been spying on me
You
for,
were
bro? That's
spying on
weird.
me.
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
You shouldn't have attacked me.
Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others in the club.
Maybe he's
Fergal
from the
Banshire was
basement.
my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No, he was a Volcod. All muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed. Ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
You do know I killed him.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
Yeah. Well, keep your dogs on a better leash.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does
See.
it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
Good. Good.
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied Scals in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Wait, really?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the Scals.
Yeah, but some are peaceful. But I don't want to give that away. And they are victims, technically.
I have met peaceful and wise Scals. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Scals are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club, and you have carte blanche.
What?
Interrogate the locals,
Fuck does
follow
carte
all the
blanche?
leads you find, and
I'm
get
dumb.
results.
I'm dumb. I need you to. Oh.
Malevolence.
Skulls have been
Where?
spotted everywhere in London.
Oh,
We
oh,
are
I thought I was
losing
talking to him. I
this
was like, man,
fight.
you're appearing here? Bushes find the source of the infection in the West End. Okay. So I do believe... Do I get to introduce myself to you all? To this old man? Oh, this old man, yes.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Hello.
How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece? Figuratively.
I don't like it. It's weird.
I feel like the newcomer, and I do not like it at all.
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Wait, you're human? Wait, you're not human? Hold up. Yeah.
Are you a member of the club?
Yes, I am. And I have been for many years. And will be until the day I die.
He's not sick, he's just a human.
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider my advancing years are a sickness in itself. My body is slowly abandoning me, Dr. Reed.
Do you not want to be a vampire?
What can you tell me about it?
It's not really my place to give you such information. I am merely a mortal member, and a dying one at that.
I mean...
Are you not afraid? You are surrounded by vampires.
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
Wait. You asked?
So you asked for membership?
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must admit, this one is my favorite.
Is not the nature of this club a secret shared by only a privileged few?
My dear Dr. Reed, I have spent years and a fortune precisely to gather that kind of information.
Interesting, interesting.
What can you tell
do
me
very
about Lord Redgrave?
Interesting
I
character.
would not dare speak of our chairman without his consent.
Okay, that's valid. I don't understand what you're famous for, though. I really haven't been paying attention to names.
Mr. Dawson, of Dawson and Dawson, the wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in. To cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
The skulls?
What is the situation like in this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively than I.
What do you know about the Guard of Prewin?
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment. This is what the nation needs right now.
Commitment? They're
But
enemies.
they are our enemies.
They are not mine, Dr. Reed.
Nah, he's got a point there.
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods. But brute force will not be enough to fight this plague. We have to think differently.
Okay, I mean... Do you, like... what is
Money
wrong
cannot
with you, though?
solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan, then?
Yeah, please tell me.
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall. A formidable, unscalable wall to isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
I mean, that's a little unfair. Also quite dangerous, because if the whole city falls, then the wall will fall from everything behind it, and then that will just flood out like a tsunami of death.
By doing so, you would create two separate ghettos. What if the disease gets past the wall? The results would be disastrous.
Not if we eliminate all suspected cases of infection as soon as they appear. A necessary sacrifice.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs, and it needs it now.
I don't... Man. You got issues. Can I talk to any of you guys? And am I relatively sure that I've finished talking to you?
How is your investigation?
I have a...
All right, but
Oh shit, there's a lot. I shouldn't have skipped those. All right, well.
You made me swear on the blood of William Marshall during my initiation ceremony. Why was that?
William Marshall was the most glorious knight who ever lived. He served 5 kings and was a living example of probity for all. And he was my maker.
Oh, he was a vampire.
William Marshall was a vampire. Is this some sort of joke? Wait. Could he be my maker?
That would be joyful news, for it would mean he still walks among us. But alas, the great knight has left this world for good.
Why is his blood so sacred to the Ascalon Club?
He was simply the greatest defender of the realm we have ever known. I fought by his side at the Battle of Preston, and he made me his progeny following the fight.
Oh, well, that's kind of cool. Yo, Dawson.
May I ask you about the mortal who attended my initiation? Mr. Aloysius Dawson.
A member of the club does not normally ask questions about other members. We trust each other mutually.
Is he really a member
So he
then?
really is a member then?
Indeed. Only the most eminent members are allowed to attend such ceremonies. Even if I admit some of us fled during the first hours of the Great Hunt.
But Mr. Dawson is mortal. Are you not afraid he might reveal who you are? Especially to your enemies.
Aloysius Dawson is a man of his word, as are all of us. This is the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. We do not grant access to the unworthy.
And women. Forgot that part.
What can you tell me about the Great Hunt?
It's a major concern, and I'm convinced we'll only get a satisfactory conclusion by putting an end to the epidemic.
You really think he's gonna
I have
stop?
already met Geoffrey McCullum. I am certain he will persist until he has killed every last vampire.
The Guard's current successful recruitment campaign is driven by the ravenous behavior of the Skulls.
I see. So without the epidemic creating Skulls, the Guard could not convince anybody of our presence.
Exactly. Once we have put the epidemic behind us, we need only wait until the Guard grows old and weak. Time will once again become our ally.
What about the risk of a
Smart.
full-scale attack here? Geoffrey McCullum is a daring leader.
That is exactly why so many of our number have left the country until things improve. But not me. I founded this club. I'll die defending it.
Boy. Stand by your ideals.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Godspeed, Dr. Reed.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. Can I steal the blood? Can I take it? Can the blood be mine? Okay. You really don't have too much in the way of lootables. I also can't seem to speak to you. Oh, this is where I came, so I'm gonna head down this hallway. Meow. Looking for shinies and doors to open. Money. Oh, what is that? Oh, a good dagger. This one. It's an offhand? Increase stamina consumption by 10, add 3 stun when the weapon hits. Okay. Absorb blood when it hits. How much do you stun at all? Absorb 2.5 blood points when it hits. So I can get 5 blood points or 20% stamina reduction. And that's only if I'm gonna use it. We'll see what I can do with it later. But cool, new weapon. Okay, and then back down here. I've been in there. It's for the... People are yelling. Can't get in that way. Can I get in that way? Oh, I have a basement key now. Haha! What's in your basement? I guess I really should press V before I start going into places. The vampire senses probably could help quite a bit as I mess up my keyboard. Okay, so doesn't seem like you guys actually have much down here. That's kind of disappointing. Hey, a note of the recreational use of blood. I'll pause it here to read it. Trying to keep these episodes a little bit shorter. And let's get on the go. Alright, that's already been looted too. Can I hit it? No? Okay, well. Apparently I am restricted from doing most of anything down here. Basement's kind of boring. I was hoping for something a little bit more. Usually basements are scary places. I don't know why you have a door on a hinge that can swing both ways, but I like it. Is that a note I can steal? It is. Haha! History and purpose of the Ascalon Club. Look, more notes, more lore. If you wish to read it, give it a pause. But let's get going. I need to speak to one more man here. Unless I can get in this door. No, I've already checked. I wish to speak to you, sir, because I could before.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed.
Pembleton, speak to me.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club.
Ah, what a guy. Okay. Let's go meet some people at the West End, I guess. Here we go. Alright.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Yeah, probably. Dude, you get something that comes out of the ground and appears in a blood apparition to you. Where does this guy go? Hold on.
Women's right to vote is only the first step.
Preach it.
Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm
What?
too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
I need you
Wait, no.
to calm the fuck.
Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
Huh?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte.
I was so confused there for a second.
Do you need my medical attention, Charlotte?
I am fine, Dr. Reed.
I just want to make sure. Well, yeah, let's see if I can get to know you a bit better. Nah, you know what? Let's leave that one. Let's get to know you a little bit better than that.
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yeah, I was born here. Is something bothering you?
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
I mean, I guess so. But yeah, I was born here.
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
Don't you look away from me. I can't blush. I'm dead. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you do?
What are you doing out here?
Subject
You
change.
mean, what do I do outside at night since I am a woman?
No.
Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
I have
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
Wait, was that an actual thing? I don't know what that means.
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
I'm kind of
People
dumb.
here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was
Suffragette.
supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires.
Vampires don't exist.
I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Maybe.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
I know snitches get stitches, but that's going to depend on what happened to Emily.
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
I mean, man, oh man. So what do you know about me? Like, come on.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
No. No.
Of course not. You have nothing to fear from me, or your mother.
Good to know. And don't worry, my mother told me everything I need to know about vampire tricks, their nature as well as features.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
Bum, bum, bum.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see? And one day, I'll have my death to face.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
Okay. Now, you know our tricks. Oh, wow, that's a lot. How many more hints do I need? I only need one? Yeah, this one. Let's see if
Do you
this
know
works
why
on me.
Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How was it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Yeah, okay, this is
Why do
probably a
you
better way to
still
go.
hope to become a vampire in spite of your mother's refusal?
It's the immortal aspect of vampires that interests me. The world won't improve unless women take charge. I'm convinced of that.
You're obviously a
Yes.
clever woman with a good education and a brilliant future. But have you thought about the price you'd have to pay? The loneliness, the necessary masquerade.
Is it not true of every high position? To change this world and make it a better place, one needs time on one side.
I mean, I guess that's fair. What about
Your mother has refused to turn you into a vampire. Tell me more about it.
Each time we argue, Mother expresses the same fear. She wants me to remain alive and full of joy, rather than become melancholy and immortal. She claims you can't have one without the other. It's pure selfishness.
You don't trust her about that?
Your mother has walked this earth for much longer than you or I. She is wise, and we should not ignore her advice when we disagree with it.
But why shouldn't I be allowed to forge my own experience? There can't be only one righteous way to deal with eternity.
It's your mother's choice. As daughters and sons, we have to accept the decisions our parents make for us despite our own wishes.
I love my mother, and have accepted everything from her. Even that she named me Charlotte, when it was not my original name.
Does it bother you?
No. Whoever I was when I was born, I am now Charlotte Ashbury. It hurts as much as it makes me proud to know that's the name my mother will read on my tombstone.
That's kind of depressing.
Tell me, Charlotte, how do you plan to achieve eternal life, since you've obviously given it a lot of thought?
I won't give up. You have no idea how determined I am, sir. I may contract a deadly disease. I may throw myself under a carriage just to be saved by her sweet kiss.
That's a disturbing answer, young lady. And the worst part of it is, I know you speak the truth.
There are less dangerous ways, Doctor. Instead of throwing myself under a horse like Emily Davison, I could just throw myself into your arms.
No.
Be careful what you wish for, young lady. I could gaze at you right now and then take you to a shady corner and have my way with you. And leave your carcass to the rats.
You wouldn't dare. My mother would know. She'd never forgive you.
How could she suspect me? Do you know how many
This is not
vampires
what
are
I
lurking
thought this
in
was
the
gonna
city
say.
tonight as we
No!
speak? Vampires with a worse sense of humor than mine.
Oh, my God. For one second, I thought you actually... Excellent, Dr. Reed. Very convincing.
Oh, thank God. Oh, I thought I messed up that. Like, I was just... No, alright, cool. Let's get on with this conversation.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Oh.
Goodbye,
On
Charlotte.
the east side of the West End, even
Give
though
my
the east
best
side's
regards
gone
to your
to...
mother when you see her.
She's been quite
Got
busy
to poop.
these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Cool.
Remember, don't
Hello,
let any
Clarence.
strangers come into your house.
You're literally knocking on a stranger's door to get them to
Good
open
evening,
it.
sir. May I have your attention, please?
Come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence. Clarence Crossley. How are you? My God. So you survived the war too. So sorry I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard. In my case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
Oh, I don't have a mic. Oh, okay. I'm gonna heal you, but you know, I gotta get to know you first. Okay.
When did you escape the war and return to London?
You know what's funny? I almost never think about the war. Not anymore. I'm involved in another kind of battle now.
Yeah, I don't think
I
about
know
it
what
either.
you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course. With the epidemic, I bet you've been busy as well. Forgive me, Johnny, I didn't want to sound selfish.
What is this new battle?
Tell me it's
I
against
saw
battle.
terrible things
Tell me
during
it's
the
against
war.
vampires. Tell me.
Horrors I thought I'd forget. They're here too. They're everywhere. Vampires.
Shit. Shit. Johnny, I don't want to put you down. You're apparently a friend.
How is your wife, Venus?
We've spent so much time away from each other. And so many things have happened.
But you're alive.
But you're alive. You returned in one piece and you have a family. How many soldiers can say the same?
Believe me, it's not quite that simple. Unlike you, I'm not the man I used to be.
Is there trouble at home?
Is everything all right at home? Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one piece.
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the village idiot.
Haven't even met her yet. I need a migraine treatment. Anyway, you got anything about this?
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Can you help me?
Infection is everywhere these days. But if you ever go to the park near that swanky house belonging to the Mullaneys,
Yes? What about the Mullaneys? What about their house?
not enough noise for a big family with children. Not enough movement. Closed doors. What is going on in there? I wonder.
Yo, maybe these people just like their privacy. Maybe they just, you know,
You
don't
need some
like the
rest,
outside.
Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Yeah, continue knocking on your doors, telling people not to let people in. Oh, this is where you went. Oh, hey. Hey, you got some shiny things in here for me, maybe? Possibly? Like in a safe? It's locked, caddy. Well, I'm not gonna feed on you, so...
Good evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit it's good to receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Jonathan Reed.
Welcome, Dr. Reed. Welcome to my humble shop.
Let me guess. Your stuff. Before I ask you questions,
I may have a look at your goods, Mr. Russell.
let's see what he's got. What do you got? What you got? I don't know if I need those, but... Someone tells me I'm gonna need these. Buy multiple, like that. Do I have anything to sell you? I got some rings, don't I? $17. $16. Yeah, never mind. I'm not selling any Sean stuff. All right. Let's get to know you a little bit better.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Do you have any family nearby?
Not since my parents died. I'm London's lone gourmet.
Are you... Wait. What does that mean?
London's lone gourmet. What a strange title.
I used that name in my early years when I was a food critic, and I kept it.
Oh.
Really? But you seem to be such a pleasant and sociable fellow.
I'm afraid the real hedonist has to be sometimes. I discovered ecstasy as a solitary pleasure, but it does not mean it can't ever be shared.
At least you enjoy your own company. That's the main thing. Making a life for yourself here. Speaking of your life, tell me about it. Tell me about your neighborhood.
How is the situation in this part of town?
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and wonders.
Are you not concerned about the epidemic?
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would take the appropriate measure if the danger were that high.
Huh.
You cannot expect the newspapers to expose the truth while the war is still raging. I can assure you that the situation here is desperate.
Well, that's news then. But I can't believe that things are that bad. Are you sure you're not exaggerating a bit? For the thrill of it?
100%. I know I'm not. It's a shit show out there.
Is it not a little too late to be trading?
On the contrary, it is the perfect hour. Believe me, my friend, it is always at night that you meet the most fascinating characters.
Oh, I guess that's fair.
But what about the epidemic? The bombs and raids? And all the random violence?
Please, sir, this is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
Stand by your,
So you prefer to work at night?
Oh, I also enjoy a sunny day like everybody else. But the night always has a certain je ne sais quoi of its own.
Yep. Figured that line was coming. What about anything local?
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city. I'd be glad to share the address if you want.
Finding a good restaurant? Is that really all that interests you?
Oh, I have many passions, but nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth to my belly.
Cool.
I must confess, I have quite specific tastes when it comes to nutrition.
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the address.
Wait, I can find him food? That's pretty cool. Although, wait. Did I not get some hints? Seriousness and dangerous of the pandemic, like it's good. Okay, I guess not. What do you know about the source of the infection?
I'm investigating the source of
Sounds
the
like one of the
epidemic
mulberries,
in
but
this
whatever.
district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Not really. Wait, now that you mention it, I don't see the McPhersons in my favorite restaurants. They love delicate meals too, you understand.
Thank you. It may be nothing, but I'll investigate anyway. Where do they live?
They have a house in the southern part of the district, somewhere north of the railway bridge. There is a courtyard, if I remember rightly.
Okay, cool. Thanks,
Goodbye, Mr. Russell.
Wait just a second. Hello, I'm back.
Good evening, old chap. Are you all right?
I won't lie to you, Johnny. I'm not a well man.
Do you need medical assistance, Clarence?
It's a little late for visiting hours, don't you think?
Yeah.
What can I say? I haven't lost my old habits.
I hope we're talking about the same habits, old friend.
Well, that's it for you.
You need some rest.
Yeah, go to sleep. Stop looking for us.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Jonathan, is that you? I did not know you were back in London.
Oh, what up, Venus?
Oh, my dear Johnny. I'm so sorry for your loss. Mary was such a sweetheart.
Thank you, Venus. May I come in?
I was going to bed, actually.
I mean, you should just let
I'm
me in.
sure you can spare me a few minutes. For old time's sake.
Of course you may enter, Jonathan.
Thanks.
You are always welcome here. But at this hour of night?
Yeah, this hour of night. You know why? Because I healed your husband, and now I need payment. So I'm going to loot your entire house. Don't mind me.
At least you survived the Great War. I feared the worst.
Just grab one shilling. What? Well, I'm gonna take what I need in ingredients just to restock myself from what was given.
I'm so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
Oh, thank you. I won't even tell you about how it happened to me twice. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, yes, it is. Cody? Cody? been lying around. Well, that's a pretty color. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feared infidelity when I was speaking to my old bud. That's fine, I don't need to get into that. Oh, that's a note. Oh, her journal. Oh, okay. You can pause it to read it here. And you can pause it to read it here. I'm gonna take some time real quick and I'm gonna give this a bit of a read. That's depressing. Clarence, man, you gotta stop spending all your money. I don't feel any bad for taking your stuff. I mean, you're just kind of going insane. Ooh, new collectible. Lost library. Give her a pause, give her a read. Let's go. What is the point of this? I literally can't. I can't move. I can't do anything about this. Oh, can't go that way. I guess it's finally time to talk to you. See what I can learn. Clarence really isn't okay, is he?
It's a pleasure to see you again, Venus.
So you returned from the war in one piece too. Thank God. My Clarence is back home too.
How is the old rascal?
Probably outside, chasing ghosts and chimeras. Clarence has changed a lot since he returned from the war, you know.
Must be hard. You're healthy, I'm not even gonna bother asking you. Hold on. Nope. I hit the wrong button. I should have hit R. I'll get back here. Fuck, I can't believe I just did that. Let's try this again.
It's a pleasure to see.
So you returned from the war in one piece.
How is the...
Probably out.
It's R. I have just enough to... Okay. Alright, let's just get on with this conversation like it was supposed to happen.
How have you been since the last time we met? How long has it been? 3 years now?
I've done my duty, like all British women. You have no idea what it was like to wait for months without knowing if I'd still be a wife or a widow.
I understand. Luckily, this part of town has been saved from the worst of the bombings, from what I've seen.
Yes, and it's also true about the epidemic. The flu has killed here too, of course, but not on such a large scale as in other parts of town.
Have you noticed anything peculiar about the neighborhood recently?
You mean except for your return to town? No. Oh, and again, Jonathan, please accept my condolences for your sister.
I mean, thank you. It's not like I had to kill her twice, or I killed her twice.
It was so sudden. And I've been so busy, I haven't spoken to anyone about it.
I wish I could have assisted at the funeral, but you know, it's been so quick. And what with the epidemic in the streets?
There's no need to apologize, my dear. It's normal, considering the circumstances.
No, it's not. I am sure that Clarence has not even thought to present you his condolences. He is too busy with his penny dreadful stories.
Why is my return so surprising?
It's more an unexpected happy end than a surprise. You and Clarence, back from the war. You have no idea how hard it's been for me.
I'm sure it's been real hard. I can't imagine what that's like.
Venus, why do you worry so much about your family's reputation?
Everyone laughs at Clarence now. And they avoid me because they believe I share his insane opinions. I'm a leper in my own community.
Does that open up anything else for me? No? Anyway.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
The McPhersons. I heard they locked themselves in their own house.
They could just be afraid of getting sick.
Perhaps you're right. But if I were you, I'd pay them a visit. A big house, reachable through a courtyard, to the north of the railway bridge.
Okay.
Goodbye for now.
Bye. That looks like everything
I
ever.
remember when Mary came here with her husband and her son.
Good evening. Madam, what is your name? Madam Unknown?
Good evening, miss. Can I help you? I'm a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I am Karina Billow. I don't need any doctor. The rats. Where are the rats?
Miss, you don't seem well at all. Are you afraid of rats? Has one bitten you?
No, it's me who bites them. Tasty, juicy, disgusting rats. I can't stop eating them. Help me, please. Help me to disobey the voice.
Are you okay?
Can I help you, Miss Billow? I'm a doctor.
The rats. I need them.
Don't harm my rat friends. What is wrong with you?
What happened to you?
The rats. The answer hides in their little crunchy bones, their juicy, tiny brains.
Miss Billow, please, try to concentrate. Why do you worry about rats so much?
The voice in my head. He forces me to do so. Drink their blood, he said. Eat their flesh.
Do you feel compelled?
Do you feel compelled to obey that voice, Miss Billow? Even if you're loath to submit to it?
Yes. Please. Help.
Tell me about the voice in your head. Who is it? Can you describe it? Is it someone you know? Someone you met?
Keep your mouth shut, he said. Don't ever speak about me, or I'll abandon you. Help me, please, Doctor.
If he says that, then talk to somebody and he'll abandon you and leave you alone.
What is the local news hereabouts, Miss Billow?
Shadows. Shadows hunting shadows. Whispers in the dark. Pestilence. Suffering. Death.
Man, you... What is
Tell
up
me
with
about
this
yourself, Miss
whole
Billow.
area?
What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm hungry. Need to eat. Have you got something for me? Blood, perhaps? Can you give me blood, Dr. Reed?
Don't you remember who you are, miss? What you did for work?
I was strong, proud. I campaigned for good causes. But that was before. Before. It does not matter anymore. I'm so hungry.
Yes, but...
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
She's unusual.
Infection. The rats carry it, I heard. Rats. Rats, rats. Many rats around that big house. Funny smell, too. Dead flesh.
And where is this house?
West of the park. Not very far. A big house with no sound, no light, no life left.
Okay. Okay. Miss Billow, I think you're
I
insane.
must go now. Goodbye,
I think
Miss
you're being
Billow.
controlled. I think you've got problems. Big problems. I will attempt to assist you in any way I can. But I think you're a little insane. Anyway. Let's go on club.
It's locked.
How do I get down there, though? What? I don't want to know where that leads to just yet.
I'm sure Kaloon Russell has no interest in such a conventional menu.
Bullets. Oh, I'm not a fan of this end of town, man. This place is big. Well, I found this screamer. So I'm actually gonna take a few steps away because I did a bunch of running around. I haven't actually found anybody else to talk to. So I'm gonna call it here. It's Getting over an hour now. And I do believe I'm going to investigate. I think I'm at the first house or the second. I'm going to investigate one of these two sources. Right near it. Shouldn't take too long. Hopefully, get some battle in. Met some new people. Had a good time. But anyway, thank you all for stopping in. And bye.